Hi guys, welcome back to my podcast number 7, titled The 7 Rules of Life to a Better and Happier Life. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest and I'm going to be completely transparent at the beginning of this video. Last week was really hard. Hard for me mentally. I'm going to be honest, I had a mental breakdown. I was in Dallas with my family and Jordan was seeing her boyfriend Garrison for his graduation party. I was just in my head the entire time. I kept looking around me and it felt like everybody else was taking off and succeeding and I was stalling. No matter how hard I tried, no matter what I do, I just felt like I wasn't getting out what I was putting in. And that honestly ended with a 2-hour conversation with my mom in the rain. Honestly, just telling me, just giving me a kick in the butt, saying, hey, it's going to be okay. It's a slow process, but it's process. You have to, like I have on my arm, honestly, trust the process and enjoy the journey. And I was wanting so badly to just take off and be this huge superstar podcaster or whatever and speak to millions of people, but everybody has to start somewhere. And that's what I was failing to realize. So fast forward to this week, got a text from my mom and she said, Jordan has a gift for you from me. I'm thinking, okay, I don't know what it is, but honestly guys, I'm gonna show you it and I'm actually gonna do the podcast on it today. It is a pillow. And the pillow is the 7 rules of life. And I'm gonna go through each one of these steps and each one of these rules, and I pray that it will resonate with you like it resonated with me. Starting with rule 1, let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. That one really speaks to me personally, because I can go through an entire day and I could have fun. I could be shopping, I could be on the strip, I could be back home having fun with my friends, and a memory pops into my head, or a memory of something that was said to me yesterday that rubbed me the wrong way, or just thoughts from my past and regrets that I have. And honestly guys, that needs to stop. For me personally guys, and if you feel the exact same way, I brought up NF last week and I want to bring him up again this week. In a line of a song he said, it's crazy how the mind can wander and stop and gossip with memories that you and I aren't really fond of. Guys, that's huge. That hits me hard. It may hit you hard too, because you could be going through an entire day and you are thinking about great things, amazing things, how blessed you are, and boom, you think of something you don't have, or you feel ungrateful. And guys, I got a quote, honestly. The quote is, let go of the people who dull your shine, poison your spirit, and bring you drama. Cancel your subscription to their lives. Guys, surround yourself with better people that will keep your mind off of the bad things and train your mind to not think about the bad. Think about what you're thinking about. The good day that you're having should not be controlled by your mind. Think good. Rule number 2, ignore them. What people think of you is none of your business. Each one of these rules is something that I personally need to work on, especially ignoring people. Guys, in the conversation with my mom, it was brought up how much I let what other people say affect me, especially in my comment section or reading other people's comment sections like Kayla, Jordan, everybody who I genuinely care about, and seeing hate towards them, and it bothers me. But she said that we need to be like a rhino. And you're probably thinking, what the crap does a rhino have to do with anything? Why does a rhino fit in this situation? I did some research. A rhino's skin is anywhere from 1.5 inches to 5 inches thick. What does that mean? That means that you could drive a nail through a rhino's skin and he will not feel it. But for us, if you prick us with the tack, what is it going to do? It's going to hurt. So especially in this thing of life, we need to develop thick skin. That doesn't mean we don't need to be sensitive to other people, but that needs to be whatever tacks and nails that are thrown at us, which is words, that it could go through us and it won't feel it. We will not let it affect us. And I have a quote also. I actually have 2 quotes. One I'm going to read and another one that I've always been told. People have a right to their opinion. You have a right to ignore it. And also guys, another quote that I've always went off of and what always was taught to me was, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. just some are stinkier than others. Do not let hate affect you. I know, it's hard. It is extremely hard. What other people say can hurt, but that's our choice to let it hurt us. If we focus and we dwell on what those people say, then that's when their words get the best of us, and guess what? They win. So don't let them win. If someone's hating on you, who cares? Who cares? They don't know you. It doesn't matter. What matters is what God says about you and what you say about yourself. So love yourself and ignore them. Step number 3, give it time. Time heals almost everything. And keyword is almost. I don't believe when people say time heals all wounds, because it doesn't. It heals almost everything. The wounds that do not heal, it matters what we do with that time. Time can develop wounds into scars and scars into stories. So it is your job to nurse your wounds, nurse the pain, and keep on keeping on, as Joe Dirt says. It is our job in that time to heal our wounds and heal what people have said to us that have hurt us in the past, or trauma in your life that has happened. Let your scars tell stories. Just give it time. Rule number 4, don't compare. The only person you should try to beat is the person you were yesterday. Guys, and I said that last week, and I'm so happy that it came up again, because that honestly is a continuing step and a continuing rule in my life, but that I have not learned quite yet. Your biggest competitor is the person looking back at you in the mirror. Don't worry about the people next to you. Don't worry about the person next to you. And guys, like I said last week, a flower does not compete with the flower next to it. It just blooms. Guys, and I have another quote, especially with the world we live in with the social media. The reason we struggle with insecurities is because we compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Guys, isn't that the reason why we all compare ourselves to each other? Because of social media or Facebook or Instagram or other people's Snapchat stories where they're living a great life and they're having fun in some place like Hawaii, and you're stuck in your house and you're just dealing with your own self. Guys, but what you don't see behind the scenes is the other people's struggle. Everybody bleeds. Everybody struggles. Everybody hurts. Do not compare what you are going through to someone else's social media highs, because life has highs and lows, and everybody just has to accept that. Just because you're in a low and you see that someone else is in a high, that doesn't mean that they're better than you. That just means the picture that they posted where they're looking happy and smiley and joyful and just full of life, but what you don't see is the 30 different other pictures that they took, that their hair was messed up, that their smile wasn't right, their outfit wasn't good, that a flipping bird flew by in the background and they didn't like the picture. Guys, do not compare yourself to others. I actually have another quote. God gave you a fingerprint that no one else has, so you can leave an imprint that no one else can. There is no one in the world that has the exact same fingerprint as you. Everybody has a different fingerprint. Why? Because no one else is made to do what you can do. Everybody's different. So stop trying to be like everybody else. I know, it's hard. It's hard to not want to fit in, but you were made to stand out. So stand out and don't compare. Step number 5, stay calm. It is okay to not have everything figured out. Know that in time, you'll get there. And guys, I'm actually going to put something up. It's on the screen. It's another quote, and you've probably seen it. It was a huge trend a while ago. Keep calm and carry on. And guys, I'm actually going to share the background of what that poster was and what that poster means. The Keep Calm, Carry On was a motivational poster produced by British government in 1939 in preparation for World War II. The poster was intended to raise the morale of the British public threatened with widely predicted mass air attacks on major cities. And you're probably thinking to yourself, what does that have to do with me? What does anything in 1939 have to do with anything, especially a poster? Let me put it in a psychological way. The mass air attacks are attacks from your mind and the demons that we fight off every day on a daily basis. We just have to know that we can keep calm, or that we have to keep calm and carry on your daily life. To be able to fight off those mass air attacks from our mind, the bombs that are going off in our head and the thoughts that we can't even get out of our head or feel like we can't get out of our own way. You just have to keep calm, breathe, and know like you know that God's going to handle it and everything is going to be okay. God wants us to do the natural so he can do the supernatural. And he wants us to stay calm and keep our trust in him. So, like the old saying goes, keep calm and carry on. Rule number 6, it's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. And guys, for me personally, that is a huge one, because I have always went my entire life and always relying on other people to make me happy or make me feel like I'm worth it. That's not their job. You are in charge of your own happiness. It is your job to stay happy, to be happy, and spread joy. I have a quote. Don't put your key to your happiness in someone else's pocket. Guys, and what does that mean? You do not need to rely on others to give you a compliment to feel pretty that day or to feel good looking that day. It is okay to look in the mirror and say, I look good today. That is not cocky, that is not conceited, that is confident. And that is exactly what I talked about last week. It is okay to give yourself compliments. You do not need to hang on every word that other people say. It's on you. Your happiness is your choice. And I know it can be hard. Everybody deserves to feel happy. But that's your job. That's no one else's. Rule number 7, smile. Life is short. Enjoy it while you still have it. I don't know about you, but life speeds by. I do not even remember how fast elementary school and how fast high school went and how fast my 2 years of college went. I have no idea. I don't know how I got here so fast, how I grew up so fast, how I got all this flipping ink on my arm, how I'm living in Vegas now instead of my home in Jacksonville, Florida. This is weird. Life flies by so fast. Guys, a funny quote also, life is short. Smile while you still have teeth. But science says when you smile, your brain releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin in your brain that will actually make you happier. If you walk through the entire day and you're droopy, you're sad, you have a frown on your face, you just don't want to talk to anybody, what mood are you going to feel? You're going to feel sad. Now, what if you walk through the entire day with a smile on your face, your shoulders back, tall posture? What are you going to feel? You feel bright, you're going to feel cheery, you're going to feel happy. I know that sometimes we have to fake a smile. But guess what? Even a fake smile still releases those same things into your brain to make you a happier person. Smiling will pay off in a big way. Guys, I wanted to do this podcast, especially for this time, because it is the 7th podcast. And these are the 7 rules of life. I feel like God just put this together perfectly. And guys, I really hope that this sits with you the same way that it will sit with me. And guys, let's practice this together. This is exactly what I want to do on this podcast. If I could teach you, then I can learn something. And I get these podcast ideas from something that I've walked through that week. And these are also things that I need to learn in myself. So let's take it step by step and day by day. And let's kill this thing. Let's win at this game called life. Guys, I did it last week and I want to do it again. I want to pray out the podcast. I figured if Duck Dynasty can pray out an episode, then I can do my job and I can pray out a podcast. So if you bow your heads and close your eyes, and join me in prayer. Jesus, thank you for this amazing day that you have blessed us with. God, I pray right now, God, that we will take these 7 rules that you have given us and that we will apply them to our daily life. Take it step by step and day by day. God, we know we are not perfect, but that you are perfect. And that you would not give us battles if we are not fit and prepared to beat them. So God, thank you for this life, God. I pray right now that this word sits with them like it sits with me. And we will beat this thing called life. In your name I pray. Amen. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a post notification to get the notification for my next video. I don't know what the topic will be yet, or when it will be posted, but I would rather make good content than rush a deadline. So keep posted on my Instagram stories when and what the podcast will be. And guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. Have a great day. Deuces.